Hey everyone, my name is Michael. I hope you're all fine. Today we're going to talk about modulation envelopes in Ableton Live. So modulation looks very similar to automation, but it's actually quite different. So first of all, let me be real smart here and quote from the manual. Whereas automation envelopes define the absolute value of a control at any given point in time, modulation envelopes can only influence this defined value. So let's take track volume as an example. If you automate the volume of a track, the automation will move the fader for you, and you will no longer be able to set the volume manually. Or at least if you do set the volume manually, you will disable the automation. On the other hand, if you modulate the track volume, you set the value of the fader manually, and then the modulation will adjust the value up or down, or up and down from that value. And it will also follow along. So let's say the volume is at 0 and the modulation goes from 0 to -6 dB. And then you move the fader manually to -6 dB. Well, then the modulation will go from -6 to -12 dB. So there you go, that's the difference. And by the way, you can even use both automation and modulation at the same time. But today, we're only going to talk about modulation. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so let me just play this for you quickly and point out some of the parameters I used modulation on. So here you can see the track volume. That's basically like a sidechain effect. Then we see here oscillator 1 and 2. Wavetable position. We see the filter being moved here. Then here again, track volume. We have panning. We have operator B coarse, the level, and also the filter modulated. And then just to show you that this also works with third-party plugins, here is Pigments by Arturia. Here we have again the track volume, but also I chose 4 parameters: wavetable position, fold, phase distortion, and filter cutoff. Well, first of all, there is a difference between session view and arrangement view. Now in session view, you go to clip, and then you select the envelope tab. That's the second one here. And then I can choose between automation and modulation here. And just switch between that. Now, let me put a breakpoint here. You see this line is red, and you also get a red dot here. Whereas this line is blue, and you get blue dot. And as you can see here, you can have both at the same time. In arrangement view, you don't get to choose, because automation in arrangement view has been moved to the track automation lane. So in clip view, you only get modulation. So don't be confused if you don't find automation and modulation buttons here. Now what makes this so powerful is that you can unlink the length of the modulations loop from the length of the clip itself. So this clip is 3 bars long. It's a 3-bar loop. Now if I go to modulation, then by default it's the same length. 3-bar loop, 3 bars modulation. But I can just click this button here and unlink the length. And that can go in both directions. So you can make short loops or you can make very long loops. So you could have like a 24-bar loop. It's as easy as that. Now let's say I want a 1-bar loop. There you go. You have it. And then you can just draw in like we're used to with automation. It's the same. You create breakpoint, you drag them, you can bend the lines by holding the Alt key and dragging. You can insert those preset shapes that you see here. And then you have those handles here to change things. So there are lots of things to do. Can even drag like this. One more thing. If you hold the control key and drag any of those handles, it also does the same thing for the opposite side, which is cool. It's very useful. What this means to me is that modulation is an incredible tool for sound design, because what that gives you is basically almost unlimited custom LFOs. And we're not just talking about your usual suspects like sine waves or triangle or square waves. Any waveform you can think of or you can draw in. I mean, you draw it in like automation is possible. And for someone like me who is a guitar player, but who loves synthesizers, but who is not really good with keyboards, I want to play one note and then I want things to happen. I want sound to evolve and to move and to change over time. And sometimes like 1 or 2 LFOs that are built into your synth plugin, they're just not enough. Not enough. Look at how many parameters I'm modulating here, and they all have different length. This is more than 9 bars long. This is 5/4. So you have the possibility to do all those polymetric things. This is 5/4. That's 2 bars long, and you have this step modulation. So lots of things to do with that. Lots of fun to have. And I hope you will. So let me know in the comments how you use modulation. Maybe you have some tricks up your sleeve. I would be very interested to get your thoughts on that topic. Other than that, if that video was useful or interesting to you, please hit the like button and also subscribe to my channel. And also find me on Instagram. Hope to see you next time. Tschüssi!